Hey guys, my opponent for this game is going to be Dhalism, the Zerg player in Medic Moo. His rating is 790 with a record of 155 and 119. Hey everybody, PsyStarcraft here, and it's 100 degrees in this room and I can't have my fan on while I'm recording, so hopefully I won't pass out while I'm recording this and I can finish up and turn my fan back on and be cold again. This is going to be a Zerg versus Zerg on Lost Temple. My opponent is Dhalism. People have casted his games before. He's a Zerg player. Looks like we are right next to each other. We're going to be sending our overlords to each other's bases. And when this happens on such a close map by air, you often see a lot of chicken. You play chicken. What you do is you wait for the opponent to get their pool first, and then you get your pool second. And once you do that, you're going to have a better economy, because in Zerg versus Zerg, in most cases, whoever gets their pool first is at an economic disadvantage, unless the other person just doesn't get a pool at all, or gets like a 14 pool when the first person gets a 6 pool. So yeah, it's kind of crazy like that, but you're going to be seeing a little bit of that by me this game. My overlord has now reached his base. Oh shoot, I forgot to show you guys his record. I will go back and add that in the beginning, I suppose. So he's getting a gas on 13, so extremely early gas. I do see that here. I'm just continuing to pump drones right now. His overlord's on top of my base. And looks like he's saving up. So 13 gas, 12 pool. Very interesting. Usually this means very fast banelings. Is he getting more drones? Yeah, he's continuing to pump drones. I, on the other hand, went 14 or 15. I think I had 15 drones and then I went pool gas. And you're going to see something quite professional here. Patrolling overlord over the hatchery. It's extremely distracting. It makes it hard to micro your drones when you want to mine minerals. So I decided to do the same. So whose dance moves do you think are better? Let me know in the comments. He's getting gas. He should be able to get link speed once this spawning pool comes up. He's now up to 14 drones. My spawning pool is slightly behind. My gas was a little slower, and so I am ahead in economy. I'm only ahead by 1 drone right now, but just like over the last minute or so, I was ahead by 2 or 3 drones. Pool is up. Are we going to see some link speed out of there? Yes, we are. And getting a spine crawler. The reason I'm getting a spine crawler is I suspect some kind of baneling play. And notice I am trying to run my overlord up here out of range of the queen when it pops up, but then I get suspicious, so I change directions and I go down. Now the good news is I did see a baneling nest. The bad news is this overlord is going to be dangerously close to this queen, and it might not be able to get away. It's going to be a close one, but the spine was actually a right choice. If I didn't see a baneling nest, I was probably going to cancel that spine crawler. But it is up, so I'm going to be able to poke away at any banelings that try to come up. And looky here, I also waited for his overlord to run away before I got my roach warren. So we both tried a little bit of trickery. I was able to spot his trickery, but unfortunately, this fat ass is going to die. Yep. Ugh. So not a very good start. I did start an overlord right away when I saw that that one was going to die, so I shouldn't be silogged for too long, but that's still 100 minerals, and I want to get some roaches right now to block my ramp, so not looking too good right now. We've got 2 lings, 4 lings, 6, 8 lings coming out from Dhalism. Not producing any drones. It looks like 10 more lings. Holy cow. So it looks like his first larva came out. Now he's getting in more lings. Producing banelings down here. Always a good idea to produce banelings next to your opponent's base. You don't really want to produce banelings in here and have those slow asses walk all the way down here. So I like the way he's placing his banelings. I do have 2 roaches out. And what I try to do in this situation when I know the banelings are approaching, because I do have an overlord here, is I try to snipe banelings. So 2 shots from a roach can kill a baneling. So that's what I'm going to try to do here. But you'll notice he's going to run his banelings along the outskirts up here off the creep, and his zerglings are kind of getting in the way. So he does have 2 banelings, or 4 banelings running in. 1, 2, oh, this guy's going to explode. Oh, let's go back. I didn't actually see what happened over here. Let's see. So he was able to get them all 4 in. I wasn't able to kill any. He's got 2 on the right, 2 on the left. I'm running my drones. These guys are all weak. Let's see what he does over here. Oh, looks like they exploded on nothing. They must have hit like a popping unit, or maybe he pressed X to make them explode. So he only kills these 4 drones right here with the initial baneling play. And that is really the killer. That is the main baneling play you want to stop, is that initial 4 banelings. And now I now have 4 roaches. Unfortunately, they're pretty weak, so these Zerglings are just going to come in and like stab them to death with their whatever they use. What do they use anyway? Claws? Yeah, claws. And Queen helping out a little bit, trying to micro that Roach behind my Queen, let my Queen tank a little bit. And he might get away. Oh, no. Could have pulled him back a little bit more. But I do have Roaches out. And my income is fine. Whenever you guys like get Baneling attacked, losing 4 drones isn't that bad. They are spending a lot of money on Lings. And I even have Roaches out. And I'm still doing just fine. 16 to 15. So in-game, I wasn't all depressed or anything like that for losing my drones. I was happy as can be. Now, getting a little bit too far out right now. I want to wait until I get like 4 or 5 Roaches and then try to block the ramp. I went a little too early, and I did get another Roach sniped. But you're going to see the typical Psy hating Banelings play here. So you'll see I'm not getting any Banelings. He's continuing to pump the Zerglings, now getting a lair as well. My lair, look at this. Our lairs are almost identical. They are like, I can't even tell whose is further on because they're so similar. His is slightly further. So, oops, I just kicked my desk. But because I've been spending so much money on my Roaches, so much gas on my Roaches, compared to what he's been spending on Banelings, he's going to have a lot more gas. He's only produced 4. Oh my gosh. Back it up again, Psy. Come on, get with it. Look at this terrible block off. Is that not the worst block off you've ever seen? I moved them up at the last second, and I'm like, hey, you guys just want to go through this hole and harass me a whole bunch? Kills my Queen. So already 2 mistakes there, letting all 4 Banelings get in and kill 4 drones. Letting so many Zerglings slip by, too. He also scouts my lair. At this point, I'm assuming he's going a lair. That's just what you do when your initial Baneling play doesn't go as well as you want it to. But still okay. My Queen's dead. 20 out of 20 Harvesters. Not too bad. He does have a lot more gas, though. Like I said, he only produced 4 Banelings. I've gotten, what, like maybe 16 Roaches total. So I'm at 200 gas. He's at 330 gas. But because of this early Roach play, look what he's forced to do. Put down 4 Spine Crawlers. Now, I'm not about to run out and try to kill him or anything like that, just because he will be able to scout it so soon, and these Zerglings are so mobile. He could always come around and flank or go for my workers while I'm out. Just all kinds of bad stuff. So I'm content with turtling up and trying to out-muta him at this point. Problem with that is he has 100 more gas than me. So a lot of spines going up, allowing me to take the economic advantage once again as far as Harvesters go, not as far as gas goes. And just kind of hanging out with my Roaches. He's hanging out with his Lings and his Spines. So it's basically a Spire race, and it's going to turn into a heavy air game at this point. I'm going to speed it up just because this part's kind of boring. So the question now is, who's going to expand? And will they be able to hold that expansion against Mutas? And who's going to win the air battle? I don't know. Well, I do know. I don't know why I say I don't know, because I do know. Look at this. That's crazy. So many spines. Man, he is paranoid. And little known fact, actually it's probably a widely known fact, spines cannot wall off, so units can still slide through these spines. Probably not like tanks or something like that. Actually, maybe a tank can fit through there. But yeah, you can't wall off with spines. You have to use something like an evolution chamber. Alright, so production. He has 5 mutas. I have 3 mutas, and I'm producing 2 more. No upgrades going down right now. He's getting the Evo Chamber. So I am even on the muta count now, 5 to 5. And I've even got a couple Queens. I even pumped out a couple Queens just to support my mutas, just in case this wasn't enough. And the reason I did this is because I was very heavy on minerals, and if he has me beat in the muta game, if I don't have any extra support, like if he's got me beat by like 3 or 4 mutas, if I don't have Queens to support, he can just run in my base and win. So as long as I have these Queens, at least he can't attack, even if he does have that muta advantage. Now we're doing a little bit of annoying Overlord picking off. He killed 1 or 2 up there. I'm going to kill 1 down here. And if we look, he's still not expanding. Looks like I'm getting a hatchery and a muta. He's getting 2 more mutas. I did Psylock him by killing that Overlord. He probably Psylocked me as well. Yeah, 66 out of 66. So now if we look at the unit tab, it's 6 to 6 still. He's got a lot less Overlords. I have this Roach support, all because he had to put down these extra spines. So his expansion is a little bit behind mine as well. So this game is fairly identical, aside from him getting the Baneleys and me getting the Roaches. So it's kind of a cool seeing 2 pretty decent Zerg players do this. Picking off 1 drone, almost picking off 2 drones, but I didn't run away quite fast enough. He's going to get a few pot shots on these mutas, but it looks like I will be able to run away. I thought I liked my numbers at first, but then on second glance I didn't, so I ran back. Lost a muta, now transfusing a couple of them as well. Also nice to have extra Queens for that. And look at this, he's got 2 Queens as well. He actually ends up getting a couple more. There we go. There's another queen. And in Muta on Muta games, always want to get the armor upgrade first. So it looks like he's getting that upgrade. I'll be getting it soon. And also corruptors are very effective. You have to balance the number of mutas and corruptors right though. The reason corruptors are good is because they have 2 armor, so they're pretty much immune to the muta's bounce attack. They have more damage than mutas, so they're going to be dishing out more. And also, shoot, I forgot what I was going to say. I think it was the armor thing. Oh, right. They cost the same amount of gas as mutas. And when you're going mutas, you have a lot of excess minerals, so you might as well build corruptors and try to win the air war. So now it's turned from a muta on muta war to a Muta-corruptor on Muta-corruptor war. Who can get a better composition? Who can, you know, saturate their expo a little bit faster? You see here, I am going heavy on the gas. 33 to 24 now. So I've got a big advantage as far as harvesters go, partly because of this, and partly because I picked off a couple more right here. Wow, I am just, like, not on the ball today. Alright, so what's the units looking like? I've got 8 mutas to his 9 mutas. Oh wait, I've got 8 mutas, yeah, 8 mutas and 2 corruptors to his 9 mutas, but he has the support from all 3 of these queens, so I can't really fight in his base, and he's actually picking off quite a few. And this is kind of the point where I had to make a decision. Do I want to continue to win the air battle, or do I want to macro up, use my queens as defense? I have 4 queens now transfusing there, and go the ground war because I have all these roaches to support my hydras. If I were just to send out hydras alone, wouldn't go over too well. He could always get banelings or support his mutas with zerglings, so I think I do produce a couple more corruptors here. Yeah, looks like there's one coming. 38 to 28 harvester count right now. He's only really getting gas at this expansion. I would like to see a transfer here because he's going to be out of minerals way sooner than I am. Well, actually, maybe not, but he's just not distributing his drones very well. Now it looks like I am ahead in the game. 3 corruptors to his mutas, and look at this. I'm trying to attack move as much as I can, but I'm only able to get a couple shots off. Those corruptors just couldn't keep up anyway, but I was able to pick off a couple mutas. Now 7 mutas to his 4 corruptors, so at this point I guess I still haven't chosen to do any kind of special tech switch or anything like that. Saturation looking very nice. It wouldn't hurt to throw down a spine or a spore crawler down here or down here, but he wasn't really playing a big muta harass game, I think, because if you get caught off guard when you're harassing, like if I come in and harass and I'm outnumbered and he's able to get inside of me, you can chase and attack a lot. So that was always a concern of mine as well. See, like right here, I could run, but these corruptors are so slow. If he wanted to, he probably could have chased there, picked off a couple corruptors, but it looks like the only reason he was able to win that battle is because of the support of the queens. So it looks like right now I'm still playing that air game. How's my cash doing? Pretty well. Oh, that's cool. He's got them all on his spire. Oh, that's cute. Now 10 to his 7, 5 to his 3. I've still got those roaches as well, but they can't really do anything with that out here. Now breaking down my high yield, preparing for a 3rd expansion. And if I'm able to take that 3rd expansion, I'll be in great shape. But if I do take the 3rd, I'm not going to be able to go mutas. I'm going to have to get something else just because the ratio 1-to-1 that you get from mutas just isn't good for spending minerals. I'm going to have a lot of excess minerals. Down goes that expansion. And 49 to 35. So this entire game, I'm ahead in the harvester count. My air army is a little bit bigger. But look at how many corruptors he has now. He has 8 corruptors to my 5 corruptors, but I have twice as many mutas. But corruptors are so damn strong, man. It's going to be hard to take these out, especially if I keep going in like that against the queens. And you see how he was kind of like moving or attacking while moving. Here we go. Now in this battle, I'm pretty sure I'm going to lose because he's got the queens and the corruptors. But I want to kill all of his mutalisks. Because if I kill those mutas and then I switch to ground, those corruptors are going to be a huge waste of money. So that was kind of my objective at this point. You see I am producing more roaches here, only getting 1 more muta. I am getting flyer attacks as well, but you're actually going to see me cancel that in a moment. And when I cancel that is kind of when I'm like, okay, yep, now I'm going to be going ground. And just look at all those corruptors. Now he has 11 corruptors. I have hardly any like mutas or corruptors at all, so this was kind of the critical decision moment. Glio reconstitution coming up for the roaches. Hatchery is still going down here. Hydra den, there it is. There's that Hydra den. Here comes the transition. what my transition will do is effectively make all of these right here extremely useless. They can still corrupt. They can still turn into broodlords, but there's no way he's going to have the tech for that. It's just not reasonable. Trying to pick off the mutas still. Notice I'm focusing them down. 1, 2, 3 mutas going, and then I'm going to run away. I just want to limit his muta count. Now doing a drone for transfer. And look at all these freaking roaches. That's just so many roaches. Flying upgrade did get canceled. Now you'll see it's still at level 1. And now he's picking off a lot of overlords. So one thing that these corruptors do allow him to do is be extremely annoying in psylocking me. 134 out of 118. He's only at 87 though, but roaches, they're taking up a lot of food though. Look at how many freaking overlords he's able to kill. These queens just don't do squat. He's even 1-1 now, so pretty strong air. Taking 2 expansions. Holy cow. I didn't even notice this the first time around. So it looks like I'm moving out with these roaches. I don't believe, yeah, I have spotted these spine crawlers actually. And he's got how many mutas? 6 mutas against these roaches. Gonna take him a while to do a lot of damage to those roaches, and he's even sending in some lings right here. I don't believe he's seen this. Now he has. Sending in lings, but perfect timing on these hydras. Bam! Pop out the hydras, and I even have 1 roach in there as well, and some drones doing some damage, so not going to be slowed down too much by this. He is moving out with the mutas and corruptors. I only have 2 hydras at this point, so I need to reinforce with more hydras, or this army is just going to go down. Look at all these transfusions going down though. 1, 2 queens dead, 3 queens dead. Is he going to lose a 4th queen? Yes, he does lose a 4th queen. Then I'm able to back away, so I would consider that a win. I did lose a couple of hydras, but my roach army is looking strong. And if we look at my economy, full saturation on this high yield on gas and minerals, and still getting gas from this expansion, and 1 patch left on my main. So I'm going to be able to have like the perfect ratio of minerals to gas. 6 geysers and a high yield and a normal base, pumping mass hydras. Am I getting any upgrades at this point? Yeah, looks like I am getting an attack upgrade as well. And hey, look, I can do it too. Yeah. Super hard. How's he responding to my hydras? He's getting centrifugal hooks. Not using his 3rd and 4th base simply because he is just getting more and more spine crawlers. He knows he can't outmatch me in the Roach Hydra game, so he's going for tricks at this point. He's going for lots of spines, and he's going to go for banelings. He is way behind in this game. 51 to 30 harvesters now. Roaches moving out, as well as tons of hydras. And when we engage, my roaches are obviously going to eat the spine damage, and I'm going to try to tell my hydras to focus the mutas, because if the mutas are dead, my roaches will clean up. If my hydras focus the spines, the mutas will clean up. So here we go. Battle is starting. And now look at what they're targeting. Just look at the muta's health. Look at each individual one. You can see like only 1 muta is being attacked at a time. There's that one. Now this one up here. Now this one over here. This one. I'm trying to focus each one down individually to you know, minimize the amount of damage his mutas are able to do. Also known as focus firing, I guess I should say. Now a couple banelings popping out a little bit too late. I think his centrifugal hooks are up though. Popping them instantly. If you attack command, they will actually ignore the banelings and focus on the spines. So I actually had to right click each baneling individually. And right now I'm just rallying too much. That high yield was active way too long, and he wasn't able to get these bases up and running, so I was able to take the game. So I recognized that my opponent was going a little bit too heavy in the air department. Look at all these wasted corruptors. Just imagine how many hydras and roaches you could make from that. And you know, maybe he could have tried for a last ditch desperation broodlord tech, but his economy was just too poor compared to mine, and I was able to take it down. So Dhalism was defeated, and I got a creep hammer right there. Bye. Oh, and I'm going to turn my fan on right now because it's really hot in here.